Congratulations on choosing the Dayco Replacement Tensioner Model 318, which features Dayco's patented flat spring technology for a more consistent range of torque. This tensioner has been designed and manufactured by Dayco to meet and in many cases exceed the performance requirements of the OEM tensioners on the application shown. Here are a few installation tips for this tensioner. Our featured vehicle is a 1998 Ford Contour with a 2-liter 4-cylinder dual overhead cam engine, also known as the Z-Tech engine. The tools you'll need to install the new tensioner are a 3/8" drive socket wrench and breaker bar, a 10mm socket, 14mm and 15mm box end wrenches, a torque wrench, and an abrasive pad for cleaning mounting surfaces. Here's a tip. If an assistant is not available, the use of this tool will be helpful for removing and installing the belt. For safety's sake, turn off the engine, take the keys out of the ignition, and disconnect the negative battery cable. To gain access to the tensioner, remove the front passenger side wheel and the lower splash guard on the interior of the wheel well. The first step is to remove the old belt from the tensioner. Using a 15mm box end wrench, engage the tensioner pulley bolt. Apply leverage to rotate the tensioner arm, releasing tension on the belt. Remove the belt from the idler pulley with the special F-shaped belt tool as shown, or ask an assistant for help. Finally, relax the tensioner arm and disengage the tool. Next, break one of the two tensioner mounting bolts loose with a 10mm socket wrench. If the bolt, like this one, is too tight to break with a socket wrench, use a breaker bar from above to break the bolt loose. The second bolt was able to be broken loose with just the socket wrench and 10mm socket. Once the bolts have been loosened with the socket wrench, continue unthreading them by hand and remove the tensioner. Next, clean the mounting surface with a light abrasive pad to ensure that no debris is lodged between these surfaces and the tensioner, which could cause alignment problems and allow the mounting bolts to loosen over time. With one of the supplied mounting bolts installed in the left hole, begin hand threading the bolt into the bracket. An M10 socket will help with this operation. Insert the second supplied bolt into the tensioner and thread it in by hand until it's snug. Check that the first bolt is also snug. Finally, use a torque wrench to tighten the bolts to 25 foot-pounds. While the belt is off, it's a good time to check the accessory pulleys for a smooth, even spin. Since the old tensioner may have damaged the old belt, Dayco recommends installing a new W-profile poly rib belt on the drive. To assist you, there is a routing diagram on the back of the Dayco W-profile belt sleeve. To reinstall the belt on the new tensioner, use a 14mm box end wrench to engage the tensioner pulley bolt. Rotate the tensioner arm and have an assistant position the belt around the idler pulley from above, making sure the belt is tracking correctly in the pulley grooves on the tensioner pulley and all the accessories. Relax the arm, remove the tool, then make a visual check for proper alignment. Reconnect the battery cable and have an assistant bump the engine while you visually verify that the belt is seated properly in all the accessories. If satisfactory, run the engine briefly to seat the belt. Dayco is a leading worldwide manufacturer of automotive and heavy-duty replacement tensioners featuring its patented flat spring technology. Dayco designs its own tensioners with a number of superior features that far surpass the competition's. Buying Dayco means you're buying the best.